that actually smells like.
How bad was your car messed up?
Believe it or not, and I think it was unfortunate for the deer, it didn't hurt my car much. Didn't take my bumper down or anything. I just went right over the top of her, just clean off. It looked like there was a shag rug stuck under my bumper.
Yeah, well, as far as accidents go in West Virginia, ATVs are number 2 or number 1. People hitting deer, that's right up there too. But when we took driver's ed, and he was saying he didn't have much clearance on that car, typically you do not run over the deer. Yeah. The deer's going to flip over the top of the car.
Right.
Depending on how big it is. But they would teach you that if you were in that situation and a deer did jump out at you, that you gun it.
Yeah, speed up.
You gun it. You do not hit the brakes. Because if you hit the brakes on a front-wheel drive car, the front brakes will dip the nose down.
Right.
And send the deer into your windshield.
That's correct.
That's when it could get bad. So they say, like, look, man, just if it happens, if you have a second, just gun it.
You're going to hit it.
What was run over and who ran over it? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Craig. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
So back when I was about 13, I used to go down to Enumclaw and spend time with my cousins down there on the farm. And their parents were on vacation. Both neighbors' parents were on vacation. So my buddy, they're both like 13 years old, my cousin and his buddy and myself, take his dad's S10 pickup truck out on a cruise, right? So we head down to Muckleshoots and mess around and pick up some fireworks or something. And we're coming back on the road going about 50, and my neighbor who's sitting shotgun in the passenger seat, his dog's walking out on the road, and my cousin's like, hey, your dog's in the road. I'll slow down. He's like, don't worry about it. The dog will move. Just keep going. So he keeps going. The dog did not move, man. He went right over the top of it and killed that thing dead.
Oh.
Messed up the truck, and then they had to explain to the parents when they got back why the truck was messed up and the dog was dead. And, oh, man, it was it was just a wreck, man.
Don't worry, he'll move. To his credit, that happens more often than you think, though.
What do you mean?
There was a number of people that I knew that they lived on a property that had a big open area and a long driveway, and their dog never left the yard, so the dog just ran.
The property.
Yeah, just ran free out there. When you drove in, they'd run up and they'd bark at you, but they would kind of move out of the way. Now you were always afraid that you might hit the dog, but they always got out of the way.
My neighbor's dog, Muffin, that's how she went down, man. For 40 years, dog's always in the front yard. They didn't have a huge front yard, but Muffin, a little dog, but she would yap her head off all the time at every car that went by. Every time I'm waiting for the school bus, the dog's barking. Like, Muffin, you know me. Anyway, I come home, and Tammy, I believe, was the name of the chick who lived across the street. Huge girl, even though we're the same age. I don't mean huge like fat. I mean like shoulder to shoulder, man. She looked like Brock Lesnar's daughter, right? She's kind of built like that. And she's in tears. And we weren't like tight or anything, but I'm like, what's up, man? She's like, Muffin's dead. I'm like, your dog Muffin? Like, what the hell happened, man? She's only like 5 years old. She was hit by a car. And I'm young enough. I'm like, well, she chased cars, man. What did you think was going to happen? She died. Now, we didn't live on a very busy street, but like every time a car went by, Muffin made it a point to let the car know that she owned the street. And now she doesn't. I was not shocked at all. I'm like, yeah.
Mike's right, though. I mean, I have friends that still do it, and you know the dog should move, but it still terrifies you when that dog just comes bolting out.
Yeah, I do have one friend. They have this massive pit bull, right? This dog scares everybody. It's the sweetest dog you'll ever see. But every time they open the front door, this dog comes shooting out, but I can't explain. Will not leave the front yard. There's no fence, nothing like that. But the dog won't do it. But you do think to yourself, man, one day this might not end well.
Yeah.
You know, but the dog's always out there.
I'm shocked Tigger never got hit by a car.
That was your old dog, right?
Yeah, he was one of those dogs, like a Scottish Terrier. Just, if you weren't paying attention, he was just always looking to run. He'd come home.
Right.
But he always wanted to go like on an adventure.
Okay.
Yeah, right. It's not like, I mean, we lived in a neighborhood, but it wasn't like the quietest neighborhood. Like there was a lot of cars.
Well, the thing is, you don't have to be traveling fast in a car to do a lot of damage to an animal.
Yeah. You know where you can usually find him down the street trying to hook up with Zuzu.
You've told me about that before.
Oh, my God. Constantly.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Lush.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
This was quite a few years back. We were heading down to Oregon for a car show. I got a couple of buddies following me, bombing 65, 70, no big deal. All of a sudden, two big-ass squirrels come shooting out under my car. And the other guy that said he got about 6, 7 inches, or maybe half that.
Oh, damn. That's a
And my
squirrel
buddy
killer.
texts me. He's like, "You ass." I'm like, "What?" They sprayed up, coated his windshield. It's even better. He likes to ride with no wipers because it's a sleeker look.
Are you
So
kidding
he
me?
couldn't clean it off. He couldn't clean it off.
Nope, not to the next stop.
Jesus.
So what did he clean it off with? I mean, just pull over.
Squeegee?
What?
Well, yeah, the fluid still worked, but there's nothing to actually wipe with.
Oh,
He had to
right,
wait till
right.
the next gas station stop.
I'm sure they love that. Yeah, everybody squeegee, man.
What kind of car do you have?
Yeah, Scion XB.
Okay.
We're all lowered, slow and low.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
low enough to take out a squirrel.
Jeez, a whiz.
Jesus, man.
What was run over? Who ran over at 206-803-ROCK?
Hello, Bill. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So this is like 35 years ago. I was in California, dropping I was dropping a buddy off after work at his apartment. So we decided to go to his apartment, have a couple beers, and we're on the balcony. And about 75, 100 yards away, we see this commotion going on, a bunch of people, and kids playing in the parking lot. Well, come to find out, this El Camino kid was going under the car, like 3 years old, gets something under the car, and backs up over his head, and it's like, plunk, and decided to pull it back forward again and do it again, and found out it was a 3-year-old kid on his roll over his head. Kid was fine.
Oh, what?
Oh, my God.
Kid was fine. I took him to the doctor and everything, and got him checked out, and he was fine.
Yeah, but you don't know that because he's 3.
Right.
I mean, when he starts drooling when he's 10, man.
That's
I mean,
true.
You're just noticing what's going on right now. Can't look into the future of this. You know what I mean?
I don't know what happened in the future, but yeah, that's what happened.
Well, he might have been okay physically, but I wonder how he did later on there. Well, your head's soft when you're younger.
By 3, it's fused, I guess.
To some degree.
I feel like I've heard a similar story where a kid's head got run over, but because he was like on gravel or something like that, it cushioned the situation enough to where it didn't have the dire effect that you would think that it would.
But somehow I feel like, when adults get run over, it's always their legs or their foot.
Right.
Somehow with children, it's their head. Like, what are you guys doing so different?
You've had 2 of them. They lead with their head, man.
At that age, they certainly do. That actually makes a lot of sense. They don't think you jump out of the way.
No.
They really, even if they're friends on a big wheel, and you see the big wheel is aimed directly at your kid, and your kid can clearly see the big wheel coming at them, like, they don't move until they're maybe 5 or 6 years old. But, as a parent, like I said, there's no parenting book that says, hey, your kid will never move out of the way of anything. You discover this as you go along. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it, dude. He'll move.
I did it. I'm trying to learn to ice skate when I was a kid, and you didn't have those like things you hold on to now.
Yeah.
And there was an adult coming at me. I didn't know which way to go, so I thought I could duck under them.
Oh.
Yeah. I ran right. I mean, my forehead ran right into their skate.
Into their skate.
Yeah, it was fine. I think, yeah, but it's one of those things. You're right. As an adult, it sounds dumb.
You move. Well,
But as a kid, like I was young, but I just remember thinking, I'll just try to duck under their legs. Like, no.
But I'm just shocked at how old kids get before they determine to get out of the way of a moving object.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you're playing catch and you're doing a little soft underhand thing. You know what I mean? How many kids have you hit in the forehead or face with a softball? Or a wiffle ball? And you're doing the really soft.
Over under, I'd say 10.
Yeah, I mean, it's inevitable. Even when like someone's like, hey, my kid's 3, play catch with them. I'm like, I don't want to, man. And it's not because I'm being mean, but this only ends with them crying. That's the only way this situation ends, and I'm going to be the bad guy, and I don't feel like caring.
Or throw it up high for me so I can catch it.
No,
you got
that's
it, little,
worse.
You got it, little fella.
That's
then it
worse.
bounces off his eye.
Yeah, I mean, they just stare
And
at
you're
it.
like, I look at the guy you're coaching with and go, hey, I just pegged your kid in the.
Yeah.
It's going to have a black eye tomorrow.
I told you, man, my kid was playing. They had, it was a Magnuson Park. I don't remember the name of the facility, but they had like little kickers. That was the name of it.
Oh, yeah, the little soccer kids.
Yeah, and he was
And it's a tiny little.
3 maybe, so it wasn't even a legitimate soccer ball. It's one of those, it's like the soft version of a medicine ball, right?
Yeah.
But as fathers, we are in there with them. There's nothing, quote unquote, dangerous going on. And the kids, like anything, they try to kick the ball as hard as they can. Barely goes anywhere. So I kicked the ball, and I'm an adult. I did not realize how hard you can kick it as an adult. But because of the way those balls are made, it goes in the air and it curves, and it bangs this kid directly in the face. Not my kid, just some other kid. Kid drops, starts crying. his father runs over, kind of looks at me, and I put my hands up like, I'm sorry, dude. And he understood. Just like, hey, whatever. So as we're leaving, the people that run it, they're now asking the kids to bring the balls back. And like anything, all the kids are kicking the balls toward where this guy is asking for them. And I kick the ball again, and this thing goes up in the air, and it curves again. It hits the same freaking kid in the face. But here's the thing. At this point, because we're leaving, the father is carrying him like under his arm. So the kid is over his shoulder facing me. And I'm not trying to. And bam, same kid. And I'm like, oh, my God. Man, the father turned around. And there are daggers in his eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I swear to God, I'm not doing this on
You
purpose,
couldn't if you
man.
wanted to.
No. You couldn't aim that thing to save your life. But same kid. I'm like, we got to go.
What was run over? Who ran it over? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello.
Sounds like you were towing that thing a little bit. That's a bad Adam Sandler movie,
But
man.
but it's the same kid. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And this time he's in his father's arms.
Oh, my God.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola. So, one Saturday night, I'm driving to poker night at my buddies. I'm on a side street, and there's no traffic either way behind me or in front of me. And this chipmunk just has a death wish or something. 'Cause about 10 yards in front of me, he just runs in front of my car. And he misses the front wheel, but I could feel him hit the undercarriage of the car. Just boom, boom, boom. And as I look in the rearview mirror, I could see Alvin or Dale, whichever one, roll to a stop. And I could tell, yeah, that's the end of that chipmunk. And I wondered, what was on his mind. But I just drove on to poker. I was running late.
Okay.
Killed the chipmunk on the way to poker night.
Still remembers it to this day.
I saw him stop rolling.
Dude, my buddy, chipmunk story, greatest chipmunk story I've ever witnessed in my life. Buddy just got a new compound bow. We're out in the back and we're shooting it,
Yeah.
And got a hay bale up and everything else.